You're listening to Feel Good Astrology with Louisa Tanner-Munson. To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.
Hey Sagittarius, welcome back. It's Louisa Tannermunson from Feel Good Astrology, and I've got your 5-minute update for the month of May. Now, got quite a big full moon, which is actually a penumbral lunar eclipse on the 5th, and that's taking place in the part of our secrets and our undoing. I say our because I'm also Sagittarius, so there is that sort of energy of what secrets are held within that full moon, what is going to kind of explode out, what's going to catch our attention. Now, this is actually quite a big month ahead for everybody, and I really want to sort of explore all of the opportunities for Sagittarius. But before we get going, let's just make a note of some of the more tricky dates for Sagittarians. So I do think the time of the full moon is going to be a big one around the 5th, but I also think the 7th, the 14th, the 20th and 28th are also significant because of where the moon is and how it is emphasizing our sensitivity. Now, Jupiter, our ruling planet, is also changing signs this month. And that is also going to mark a key change for the Sagittarian self-expression. So anyway, let's have a look at this. I'm really focusing on the 1st and the 3rd week in particular, because these are the ones that I see as being pretty big news. So what really catches my eye in the 1st week is essentially the full moon in the area of our privacy, but it's also about our intuitions, our memory, what maybe we have in our blind spot that we are very uncomfortable with, that we need to explore or could choose to explore. And then soon after that, Venus is going into a part of our chart that's very much about other people's values, how we're judged by other people's values, and also, funnily enough, secrets and also psychic energy. Like the 12th and the 8th are very, very much about our intuitions and our psychic energy, like in particular inherited patterns of energy. So I'd like to say it's going to be a calming place to have Venus, but in fact it may end up helping to bring out more that we're discovering about ourselves. So it could actually be pretty intense. Now let's move on to the 3rd week, because I think most of the meat and bones are really happening in this 3rd week. The first thing to recognize is Mercury retrograde, which is how we started this whole month ahead, is clearing on the 15th. It'll be moving direct again. And so things should get a little bit more practical in the way we're communicating and a little bit more straightforward. That's going to ease things significantly in terms of how we work, how we organize ourselves. It's going to be a little less chaotic. And that's going to be a welcome, a huge welcome, I'm sure. The day after, we've also got our ruling planet Jupiter going into the sign of Taurus, and from a Sagittarian perspective, that's also boosting the way we're working, boosting our health, boosting the way we're organized. It's not a very glamorous position actually to have Jupiter in, to be honest, but it is actually helping us to look deeper at what we need to expose about ourselves and what we can actually find an opportunity in. I do actually think our work could pick up, if you're really wanting to get more work. I think that could really sort of increase, and also that you can have a better sense of well-being in terms of your health. So I see that as all being very, very beneficial. Then on the 19th, we've got the new moon again in this area. So it's highlighting an opportunity for us to get more energetic and more organized in the way we live. I really see this as almost, a lot of people talk about having a spring clean at the beginning of the year. We have a spring clean, we sort out our house, and then we can move on. It's a bit like we've got an astrological spring clean going on, and I'm very appreciative of that. Now, on the 20th, we've got Mars going into the area to do with expansion of our energies, our big adventure. And it's great for a trip. Funnily enough, I'm going out on a trip around that time. So I think that's going to be really, really beneficial for us. And it's also going into a really difficult opposition between Mars and Pluto. Now, from a Sagittarian perspective, it's challenging everything we know, from what we know about life to what we know outside of our unique experience. So we're going to feel really quite conflicted. However, we are also moving into the time with the sun going into the sign of Gemini. It is all about how we get on with other people and how we work through the differences in our perspective. So it's a bit of a challenge for us. But anyway, I hope that's helpful to you, Sagittarian, in your month ahead. And I look forward to connecting with you again next month. Take care. Bye for now.
To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.